Hey, what's up, guys? This is World Series G, and I'm back with a new MLB The Show 20 video for you today. We're going to discuss Day 3 of the Stage 2 Team Affinity Future Star Reveals. If you haven't checked out the videos on Day 1 and Day 2, I'll leave some cards in the video so you can click and get to those. But yes, MLB The Show has had content creators reveal the Stage 2 Team Affinity cards. So we got some on Day 1, we got some on Day 2, and I talked and reviewed all those cards. And of course, we got to do what we got yesterday. 7 more Future Star Team Affinity cards were revealed. Also, today we'll know all of them, and then I'll have to do a video and I'll break down all 30, and I'll try to rank them for you. Obviously, it'll be hard because I won't actually have the cards. That's going to be a ton of grinding. But just from the looks of it, which cards you should probably go after first, and so on and so forth. But without further ado, we're going to get into it. Be sure to follow the Instagram, Everybody Loves the Show. Also, follow the Twitter, World Series G, and Twitch, World Series G, where I'm going to eventually start streaming. So, let's get into it. The first card we saw was a doozy. Dodger Films announced the Dodgers Future Star card, and it is Brusdar Graterol. Let's move my face. There we go. I'm out of the way. 100 hits per 9, 97 Ks per 9, 95 pitching clutch, 99 velocity, 92 break, and the primary pitch is a sinker. Everyone believes this card's going to have the outlier sinker, which is going to make him a game changer. With pitch speeds being the way it is and the timing window being so small, you've got to be able to hit the fastball. And a guy who's throwing one in the upper 90s to 100 is going to be tough to hit. This card might be the best starter that you can get for free right now. I know a lot of people are going to be grinding that NL West to get this Brusdar Graterol. I think this potentially could be the best card just off the velocity. It's also got a hard slider, changeup, and curve, but it's all about that outlier sinker. Don't quote me on it. I don't know if it's going to have an outlier, but it seems like he should. I believe his regular card, his live series card, had a outlier. So if that's the case, then this one probably has one too. So this is definitely going to be a card that a lot of people are going to go after. Brusdar Graterol, Future Star from the Dodgers, actually came in that Mookie Betts trade. So Dodgers got 2 decent plays out of it if you think Graterol will end up being any good. Next, Quash announced his San Francisco Giant Future Star, and it is Helio Ramos, right fielder, 20-year-old. Not too familiar with him as a prospect, but those stats are pretty balanced across the board. 91, 84, 81, 89. That's solid. The card's going to hit. Also, he's got 81 speed, 81 fielding, 89 arm strength. He's just like, nothing about this card stands out to you, but he just does it all. It's a 5-tool guy. Kind of like the Brandon Marsh card. Not as good as Brandon Marsh, but similar in the fact that he's good at everything. He doesn't really have a glaring weakness. You don't look at his stats and go, man, this guy sucks at this. He's solid at everything, not great at anything. But also really good card. If you've already grinded out San Fran, then that's a card to go after. I know you probably haven't because Buster Posey is one of the worst face of the franchise cards, but you're going to have to get him if you want this Ramos card. Next one is one I'm really excited about, and that is the Tampa Bay Rays Vidal Brujan, switch hitting second baseman with a shortstop and center field secondary. 106 power, 106 contact against right, 92 contact against left, high vision, high discipline, high clutch, 89 fielding, 95 speed. This card is a top of the order beast. Look at those numbers. I'm also super excited because I already got Blake Snell and 70 points, so this is probably the first card I'm going to grind for. Put him in the lineup, probably at shortstop. I don't know yet, but a 95 card. I mean, we're worried about cards when majority of our teams don't have a 95 on the roster. So we can't be upset about 95 overalls, even though it's a guy we just don't know anything about. This card is going to play, switch hitter, hit the gap, speed demon. It's going to be trouble for guys to face. I'm really looking forward to this card. And honestly, you can have a whole Rays middle of the infield because you can get Bujan and you got Xavier Edwards. And if you did the prospect collection, you have Wander Franco. You've got all those guys can play second, short, or center in some combination. And you have a whole Rays middle of the infield. And they'll all be good defenders. They'll all have speed. And they're all switch hitters. That's crazy. It's like the Rays built them in a factory or something like that. So that's the Rays. That was announced by RGS. Next, we're going to the Braves team Affinity by Anto Ortiz. I'm blocking his face because he put his face exactly where my face is. So give him some love. And they've got Kyle Wright, 94 overall starting pitcher, 96 mile an hour fastball that can get up to 98. Slider, curve, got a sinker. Seems like every single one of these cards has a sinker. That's going to be fun to face. Not at all. And a changeup. Good per nines, 93 hits per nine, 96 Ks per nine. Control is decent at 82. Walks per nine at 78, not bad. You're just going to have to see with these starting pitchers. A lot of these starting pitchers in the game are hit and miss. You can't really know until you really pitch with him. He looks like he should be decent, but he's got the sinker, so that should help. We just got to really see him in the game, see how his off-speed pitches complement the sinker and the fastball. But solid pick for the Braves. Solid card in general. Starting pitchers are always a crapshoot in this game, but who knows. Next up is Fuzzy with the Cleveland Indians, and we've got... Oh, do I have two pictures of him? No, I just didn't stretch him. Here we go. We got this, guys. You don't want to see that little version of him. There we go. Nolan Jones, 94 overall. Fuzzy blocked his, what should we call it? His stats. So you can't see if he's diamond or whatever. But this card kind of looks like a Joey Gallo clone. 106 power against right, 98 power against left. Obviously not as much power as Gallo, but higher vision. 95 arm strength, 79 fielding, 96 contact against right. That's something Gallo can't say. He doesn't have as much contact. This card is an interesting card. I know a lot of people already have the Carlos Santana, so I'm going to definitely see a lot of Nolan Joneses in the lineup. Imagine seeing Nolan Jones and Joey Gallo in the lineup. Two guys that look like they're just going to put balls over the wall. This card is going to be dangerous, especially the way this game plays. If you want power hitters because the feedback's a little fuzzy right now. So I think this Nolan Jones card is going to be one that a lot of people are going to go after. Ton of third basemen to choose from, though, including this next one up from the X Factor 1, from the one X Factor, Texas's future star Josh Jung, 93 overall, drafted by Texas from Texas Tech in the first round just last year. Solid all-around card, basically. Stats don't jump out at you like Nolan Jones does. He's kind of like in that Helio Ramos kind of tilt where it's nothing terrible, everything solid. 90 vision is huge. 80 fielding with an 87 arm strength. 63 speed is not going to kill you. He's decent speed. He can get from home on a base. He can get from second to home on a base hit. Nothing that super stands out. Definitely can hit some lefties with the 89 power. No real fuzzies except for the clutch. But high vision is huge, especially when you get to the higher overalls. And there's not that many cards in the game with the crazy vision yet, like the 125 vision. So a card with 90 vision is definitely helpful. So this is also a really solid card. I know everybody in the world has Joey Gallo, so I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be getting this Josh Jung card quite soon. And there's plenty of choices at third base. So if you need a third baseman or you just want to kind of try out some guys at third, this Josh Jung card is definitely one to look at. Last is Paul Sporer's card, he announces the Jorge Mateo card, 90 overall. So kind of low. Shortstop, second base, center fielder. Let me move my head so you can see his speed. Speed, 99 speed. That's what this card does. It's going to get on base and be fast. Solid fielding all the way around. Not really a card you might want to start because his numbers against righties are kind of low. And you're going to see a lot of right-handers in this game. There's not many dominant, dominant left-handed pitchers other than Hal Newhouser, but that's 1 out of every 5 times, or Blake Snell. There's not that many left-handers, so you're still going to see a majority of right-handers, and this card is really weak against right-handers. Maybe a card you bring off the bench against a lefty, and because he's got good speed, he can be a defensive replacement or a guy that just gets on base, something like that. He's a strategical pick. Like, he's a card that you can definitely put in your team. He's not a starter unless you need him, but I think there's better options, especially with the free Mondesi card. Even though he doesn't have his high vision, but Mateo's vision is not that great either, but it's better than Mondesi's. But I think there's better options at that shortstop position as a starter, but he definitely can fit on your roster somewhere, being able to play all the positions up the middle and not be terrible. He'll probably drop below gold, but he's got that 99 speed, so you're going to want that speed off the bench, and he definitely can hit left-handers. So if you, with the 3-inning pitch, the 3-batter pitch rule, if the guy brings in a left-hander and he's not up to those 3 pitches, you know you can bring in Mateo, and he can definitely match some lefties. So he's definitely not a starter, but don't count him out. He's very useful on a team strategy-wise. So I wouldn't say just completely give up on the A's. He's definitely got some skills that you can use on your team. So that's all of the cards that were announced today. Yesterday. Today, we're going to get all of them. We're going to get all of them at 3 o'clock today. If you're watching today, 3 o'clock Eastern. If you're watching today, we're going to get all 30 Team Affinity cards. We're going to see what other cards are lying around. If there's a collection reward, I wonder if there will be a collection reward, because I still, this is the 3rd video I'm saying it, but we don't have a Joe Adell or an Adley Rutschman. You're going to tell me those 90s are going to be the best versions of those cards? I just can't see it, but I may be wrong. Other than that, this is World Series G. I'm signing out. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you like this content. I'm coming back. We're going to talk about the rest of the cards that weren't revealed. And then I'm going to try to do a breakdown. So this might be like a 5-part special. This is part 3. Part 4 is going to be the rest. And then part 5, we're going to just break them all down and try to rank them in tiers. Who's the ones you should go after first? Who's the ones you should do your showdowns that you haven't done so you can catch up on? And that's basically it. Other than that, it's World Series G. I'm signing out. Peace.